swift operation targeting a secluded 5-acre homestead linked to suspicious religious activity. During the operation, 4 individuals were rescued from the compound: a 50-year-old man who had been reported missing at Siaya police station on April 15th, his 40-year-old wife, and 2 females aged 40 and 19. In the tragic unfolding, security officers recovered 2 human skulls and the freshly deceased body of an unidentified adult male. And of course, that is a developing story from the coastal city of Kilifi, or coastal town, pardon me, of Kilifi County, as 2 human skulls are recovered. Now, Stephen Abdul Karim Munyaho, the Kenyan man who faced execution in Saudi Arabia, has been freed and is set to travel back home. Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Korir Sing'oei announced on Tuesday through his official social media platform. Munyaho, now called Abdul Karim, was jailed in Shimeisi prison in the governorate of Mecca and was freed upon satisfaction of judicial decree. Munyaho was working in Saudi Arabia as a warehouse manager and was sentenced to death by the sword after being involved in a fight with a Yemeni colleague in April 2011. The colleague succumbed to injuries. The Kenyan was due to be executed last May, but Kenya's Foreign Affairs Ministry at the time said Saudi authorities agreed to put it off pending further negotiations involving not only diplomats but religious leaders. In March, UDA Party Secretary General Hassan Omar announced that Nairobi and Riyadh had reached a release agreement and a $1 million, which is about 129 million shillings settlement was paid. Women leaders allied to former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua have called on the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, to arrest Kikuyu Member of Parliament and National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah. In an official press on Tuesday, the women DCP leaders have condemned the MP for recent remarks he made about Gachagwa's wife, Dorcas Rigathi, and called for his immediate arrest. Ichung'wah claimed that Gachagua was preoccupied with politicking at the expense of his union with Pastor Dorcas, comments that triggered public outrage and backlash on social media. DCP representatives accused Ichung'wah of launching a smear campaign against women in leadership positions by making those comments.
The Kenya Kwanza regime is sinking, weighed down by its own arrogance, political blunders, and a wave of arrests and intimidation targeting dissenting voices. No one will come to its aid. The people of Kenya are awake, and history will not be kind to a government that chooses oppression over dialogue.
DCI is silent about this. Tunaomba DCI, ile nguvu ambayo mnatumia kukimbiza wanawake wa DCP, mtumie nguvu hiyo kushika Kimani Ichung'wah.
During the recent nationwide demonstration, over 25 cases were documented by FIDA Kenya and Usikimia Group. Cases of sexual assault, including rape, gang rape, molestation against women and girls were reported, and the government has said nothing so far. We stand in full solidarity with Pastor Dorcas, Honorable Jane Kihara, and youth leader Wanjiku Thega. Their courage in the face of intimidation is a testament to the resilience of women who refuse to be silenced.
If Kimani Ichung'wah does not apologize to we the women of this country, and if he's not arrested, he's only going to be confirming what we, the opposition, have been saying, and we as DCP party have been saying, that this government has become blind to anything that is done by anybody associated with government, but they want to open their eyes and bring false accusations against anybody who is not in support of their regime. If Kimani Ichung'wah and his utterances are not going to be called out by women leaders in that government, by women leaders also in Kenya Kwanza party, parties that are affiliated to them, we are going to be confirming one thing, that the Kenya Kwanza regime has no respect to women, Kenya Kwanza regime has no respect to our mothers, and Kenya Kwanza regime has no respect to the family as a unit of our community, and we are not going to stop calling it out. And if he's not going to be arrested, we have organizations that are beyond this country that we are going to keep documenting all these utterances with.
Kericho County Assembly Ad Hoc Committee is set to investigate alleged loss of 80 million shillings through fictitious payments to non-existent contractors and suppliers. Kericho Deputy Governor Engineer Fred Kirui flagged a suspicious pattern of payments made between October 2024 and April 2025. The County Assembly on July 16th formed a committee to investigate the authenticity and registration status of at least 35 companies that allegedly received payments. The committee is tasked with investigating the nature and delivery status of goods and services purportedly procured, as well as any breaches of the law, policy, or procedures involved. The committee has been given 21 days to compile and submit its report, including recommendations for administrative action.
We've inspired several committees. One of them is the Committee on Agriculture, to look into the issues of the NAFCDP. We have another committee on water and environment that is looking into the issues of the donor fund. That is FLOCA. We have another committee on implementation that is looking into the implementation status of the strategic intervention projects. So there is no cause of alarm. Within the next maybe 10 days now, on 6th, we will be in a position to table and get the truth from the reports that will be tabled by the committees.
The committee has done a very good job. We have actually been able to interrogate all the 10 county departments. We have been able to interrogate and also have the post for control of budget, and also the contractors association who are service providers within our county. And I know our report is going to be comprehensive. We are going to be factual, and also we are going to capture every information, because you see sometimes the county government might not be able to declare pending bills, maybe because of some reasons. Again, you see the issue of also revenue will also be captured.
Wapo tutapata kwamba pesa za county zimetumika katika njia ambayo haifai, na wahakikishia raia wa Kericho kwamba kila mtu atawajibika. Wapo ni waziri amekula pesa za county, lazima atawajibika. Wapo ni gavana amekula pesa za county, nataka niwahakikishie kwamba atawajibika pia. Naomba tu waheshimiwa wa County Assembly ya Kericho wakati mwingine usimame na wale ambao waliwapigia kura. Tunawaambia tu wajitayarishe. Iwapo unajua umekula pesa, jitayarishe. Kwa wale ambao labda watahitajika kufika kule Nairobi, watafika. Wale watafika Nakuru, watafika. Wale tutawamalizia hapa, tutawamalizia asubuhi na mapema.
A post-mortem conducted on the body of Susan NJOIKI has confirmed that she died from manual strangulation. On July 15th, Susan Kamengere NJOIKI was allegedly forcibly removed from her home in Kileleshwa, Nairobi by several men who injected her with unknown substances against her will. Audio recordings shared with the media captured her final moments, where she pleaded with individuals who restrained and injected her, and her family insists that she was in stable mental health and preparing for an international job interview, stating that the forced intervention lacked consent. The post-mortem conducted at the Nairobi City Mortuary revealed that NJOIKI had suffered trauma consistent with manual strangulation. The findings contradicted earlier claims that her death was linked to a psychiatric episode or medical complications.
Susan was died because of what you call manual strangulation. Manual strangulation basically means that, if I put it in a normal language, ni kunyongwa.
As family, we may also decide to do toxicology and other investigations that may help us really know what happened. But what there is that we are almost satisfied, because the intention of correcting her, forcing her to go to hospital against her will, was there. The instruction was given by the husband.
Postmortem findings were that there were features of compression to the neck, and those features are in keeping with manual strangulation. There are also features of lack of oxygen in the blood as a result of neck compression, and all those features are in keeping with death as a result of manual strangulation, which we are all in consensus.
unfortunate saa ya kwenda saa ile tulienda na my aunt saa 8:30 tukaambiwa bado hatuwezi ingia mpaka Alois apeane ruhusa. Unfortunate saa ile tuliingia na yeye tukakuta amesha.
A section of students from Friends School Mbale Boys have been sent home after allegedly setting fire to a portion of the main dormitory. The incident comes just 2 months after the school was closed indefinitely following a destructive protest that resulted into loss of millions of shillings. Although learning activities have resumed, tension remains high in school. School administrators and security officials held a long-day closed-door meeting aimed at uncovering the cause of the unrest at the school, which hosts nearly 1,400 students. Investigations are underway, with security leaders assuring parents the safety of the boys remains a priority.
I want to confirm that this morning in Mbale Boys High School, fire erupted in one of the dormitories, and one of the cubicles in the dormitory was burned completely down, and property of unknown value was destroyed. However, with the help of the fire engine from the county government of Vihiga, we managed to put off the fire. I want to take this opportunity to assure all the stakeholders of this school, especially the parents having students in this school, that all the students are safe and they have been accounted for and they are continuing with their normal studies. Earlier reports that we got indicate that there were some students who were sent home yesterday, and still investigation is ongoing, so that if other students will be brought into picture that they were involved in the incident, others will also be sent away. And at the moment, investigations are still ongoing to find out the cause of the fire.
To some shocking news, residents of Buruburu Manyani Estate in Nakuru were this morning met with a shocking incident after a man reportedly poisoned his son before dying by suicide. The body of the 28-year-old Dennis Ndenge was found hanging in the bathroom while his 4-year-old son Neville Michael was discovered lifeless on the bed. Gladwell Wambui, 26 years of age, and the wife to the deceased said they had personal differences last week, which prompted her to leave their home with the son. Gladwell says she dropped off her son at school only for the husband to pick him later during the day before committing the vile murder.
Kosana tu mambo ya nyumbani na imekuwa ikifanyika. Sasa kila mtu anafikanga limit yake, na mimi nikafika yangu, nikatoka nikarudi nyumbani on Friday. Mtoto huwa anatayarishwa na shosho yake, so mimi huwa nakuwa kazi, wakati mwingine niko night shift. So jana nilikuwa night shift, by the time narudi hapa home asubuhi alikuwa ameshaenda. So alikuwa ashaenda shule, amepelekwa na ndugu yangu. So wakati ilifika masaa yake ya kukujua, ndo nika notice masaa imeenda, nikapigia mwenye humleta, akaniambia baba yake alimpigia akamwambia mtoto leo hakuwa anaenda shule. So nikaanza kupigia baba yake, hakuwa anashika. Nikamtext, hakuwa anashika, hakuwa anafanya nini. Nikatoka nikaenda nikamtafuta penye anafanya kazi, nikamkosa. Ndo nikarudi hapa hivi nyumbani. Masaa ilikuwa inakaribia, pia nilikuwa naingia kazi tena. So asubuhi nikaenda kazi, asubuhi nikakuja tu hata nikeka vitu zangu kama nimeteremka huko chini. Nikaenda nikapata kumefungwa na vifuli 2 na vifungu ziko hapo kwa mlango, nikachukua nikafungua, ndo nikapata mtoto nikapata mtoto wangu amelala hapo kwa kitanda.
I mean, such a despicable act, and just, you know, losing 2 people at a go, and especially due to perhaps marital differences, is just a sad trend. Now, a family from Kiandutu slums in Thika is demanding justice after their kin, 35-year-old Patrick Kinyanjui, sustained severe burns while under detention at Thika Level 5 Hospital. Kinyanjui had been admitted to the hospital a month ago with stomach complications and later on underwent successful surgery. However, his inability to settle medical bills led to his detention at the facility. Sources within the hospital revealed Kinyanjui reportedly attempted to escape by climbing through a fence when a hospital cleaner caught him. In a shocking turn of events, one of the hospital's cleaner is said to have poured an acidic spirit on his body, causing extensive burns from his neck down to his waist.
Sasa tunaweza taka sheria ichukuliwe juu mtu kuchomewa kwa hospitali na kuwa amekuja na hiyo ugonjwa ya kuchomwa.
Kuchomeka kwake kulipatikanaje na ni nani alimchoma? Hiyo ndicho kitu ambacho tunataka kujua.
Amesomwa sana amesomewa hapa kutoka hapa Johero kupanda hivi, amesomwa mpaka hapa, lakini uso tu ndio hajasomwa.
Inasemekana aliweza kushomwa na kitu yenye haijatambulika mpaka saa hii akiwa katika hiyo hospitali. Uchunguzi imeanza mara moja.
All right, at that point, allow us to take a quick breather right here on EBN Prime Edition. We'll be back shortly with more news. Stay with us. Public university staff across the country have intensified pressure on the government and institutional managements, demanding improved health insurance services. The workers claim that the current contracts with meet their healthcare needs. In the latest protest, lecturers and staff at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, led by the officials from unions such as the University Academic Staff Union WASU and the Kenya University Staff Union KUSU, staged a demonstration calling for the termination of existing contracts with certain insurance companies. The protesting employees described the insurance arrangements as exploitative and a source of suffering for them and their families.
An insurance that's limited to about 4,000 per visit. An insurance that you are told you only have 2 visits per month. This is unheard of in the history of this university. And they know we have a negative history with this cover, but they still went ahead and procured and gave them the tender. So what we're asking for is that this tender or this contract be terminated. They give us an option even as they process the next insurance cover that will give the staff what they really need.
We are members of staff here who have gone to 5 hospitals in one night looking for a hospital that will accept that cover. Meanwhile, the patient is suffering. So because of all these reasons, and now it is 5 weeks since this cover was rolled out, and because of the insensitive nature of our UMB, we've decided to now picket and tell the world what's happening at Just.
To sports, a group of sports persons living with disabilities have embarked on a charity cycling initiative aimed at raising funds and promoting sports talent among people with disabilities in Machakos County. The event, which brought together various stakeholders and supporters of inclusive sports, was hailed as a positive step towards empowering the disabled community through athletic opportunities and increased visibility. Speaking during the launch, organizers emphasized that the primary goal of the initiative is to nurture sporting talent and sports persons with disabilities who often face limited access to resources and recognition in the sports sector. Participants in the cycling event expressed appreciation for the initiative, noting that such support helps break societal barriers and promotes inclusivity in the sporting world.
Napenda kushukuru siku ya leo kama Blind Low Vision Network tumekuja kuchangisha pesa kusupport activities za sporting, activities za people with disability hapa Machakos, na mambo ya sporting na mambo ya talents. We are trying to also nurture talents for persons with disability. Kwa hivyo zile pesa ambazo zitapatikana siku ya leo tutahakikisha ya kwamba wale walemavu ambao wako na talents na wameziweka nyumbani, tutawaenda tuwatoe nyumbani tuwasaidie ili waweze kuonekana na talents zao. Hiyo ndio sababu tuko hapa siku ya leo. Changamoto ile ambayo iko ni ya kwamba tunaona pia mambo ya barabara ndio inakuwa pia inatakikana tuweke pedestrian roads, pedestrian place ambao walemavu wanastahili kupita, na kuhakikisha ya kwamba hata ile Disability Act ambayo iko Machakos imetekelezwa vilivyo. Lakini ninashukuru county government, kama vile waziri amesema, wameweka regulation. Tunaamini kwamba very soon the Disability Act ya Machakos itakuwa fully operational, na mambo yale matatizo ambayo tumekuwa nayo itaendelea kushughulikiwa.
Kujitokeza siku ya leo ni siku ya maana sana. Ukiona shirika la Blink imejaribu kuvutisha walemavu wale tofauti, groups tofauti, kuweza kukutana kwa siku ya leo, because sisi tunacheza michezo tofauti na tulikuwa tumeona that is an open people kweli waweze kuunderstand. Tumekuwa na challenges za kwenda safari tofauti. Sana sana sitting volleyball tumekuwa na shida za kwenda safari tofauti. Lakini kwa saa hivi vile tulienda tukaongelesha the Blink, wakasema wanaweza kuja na njia, wanaweza kuchangisha michezo ya kusupport the sportive persons with the disability. Si sitting volleyball peke yake, tunakuja introduce wheelchair basketball.
Today we had the Ride for Inclusion PWD cycling event that included both bicycles and tricycles, and this event has been organized by a partner with the county government called the Blink Network, whose CEO is here. And as a county government, we felt that it was important to support this activity and to support this event, because we are trying to ensure that PWDs are not operating on the fringes of society, but are active members of the society. They are productive members of our society, and there is nothing that they cannot do. So this inclusion walk is in line with Her Excellency's manifesto and plan of ensuring that all activities that are done within the county government mainstream PWC inclusion into our programs and into our policies. We have a database of all the PWDs within the county, and we also have, we are aware of where they are. It is Her Excellency's directive, and with that we have set up a PWD board that is responsible for working with the Department of Gender and Social Welfare to ensure that all matters that affect PWDs are included and have visibility.
Thank you for watching tonight. I hope you're duly informed on the latest making headlines. Our sign language interpreter is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Good night.